World FootballSam Tighe at Tighe Football World Football Tactics led WriterJuly 3, 2018 Jean Catuffe, Getty ImagesAnd. Then there were 8. With the round of 16 in the bag, the 2018 World Cup field has been whittled down significantly. Just a quarter of the initial 32 teams are left: Uruguay, France, Brazil, Belgium, Russia, Croatia, Sweden, England. That's your remaining lot. As always, we've evaluated each team's skill and assessed their likelihood of winning the tournament, ranking them on that basis. Strength of performance through this stage is a natural indicator of that, though there's still a little room for general ability, clout and, importantly, which side of the round of 16 bracket they've landed on. The 24 eliminated sides are ranked in order of how well they played and how heavily they impressed. The 16 that exited before the second round are simply listed. You can view the post-group stage rankings here for more flavor on how they fared. Stu Forster, Getty Images 32. Panama 31. Egypt 30. Costa Rica 29. Saudi Arabia 28. Tunisia 27. Iceland 26. Poland 25. Australia 24. Morocco 23. Germany 22. Nigeria 21. Peru 20. South Korea 19. Iran 18. Serbia 17. Senegal Alexander Hassenstein, Getty Images. Watching Argentina in Russia 2018 has been a painful experience. It isn't easy to see a side with obvious quality fail consistently to tie it all together, particularly when it makes the best player in the world, Lionel Messi, look so uninspiring, so bereft of confidence, so lost. Well, the journey is over following La Albiceleste's 4-3 defeat to France, and they did well to even make it out of Group D, considering the issues that have dogged them throughout the process. A Germany 2000-style root and branch redevelopment is clearly required at the Argentine Football Association, and now is the time to take a sledgehammer to the foundations. Catherine Iville, Getty Images. During these finals, wherever Japan have gone, drama has followed. From their opening shock win over Colombia, through their bizarre team selection and the loss to Poland, up to Monday night's agonizing last-gasp defeat to Belgium, they've been one of the most entertaining teams to keep an eye on. They played incredibly well against the Red Devils, taking a deserved 2-goal lead thanks to 2 magnificent strikes. Maya Yoshida was blocking everything at the back, while Shinji Kagawa was playing at peak level in midfield. But it all started to fall apart once Jan Vertonghen's looped header found the back of the net in the 69th minute. Japan hit the panic button, while Belgium manager Roberto Martinez's substitutions changed the game. His counterpart, Akira Nishino, had no answers and could only watch with despair as a 93rd minute counterattack from a Japan corner brought the Red Devils the winner. This will take weeks to get over, but the Samurai Blues should be proud of how far they got. Taking into account the fact that they changed managers in March, they're arguably the biggest overachievers in the entire competition. Kirill Kudryavtsev, Getty Images. It felt like a matter of time before Portugal's lack of attacking ingenuity would cost them, and when Uruguay were confirmed as their round of 16 opponents, the writing was on the wall. The 2-1 loss surprised few. Bernardo Silva had his first good game of the tournament, but as his levels rose, everybody else's dipped. Portugal resorted to endless crossing and long shots from Cristiano Ronaldo that were too easy to block. It was never going to be enough. Only William Carvalho and Pepe showed any semblance of consistency during this tournament, with the list of players struggling far, far longer than the one of those flourishing. Johannes Isel, Getty Images. Exiting the World Cup on penalties is nothing short of heartbreaking, no matter how familiar or new the sensation. Denmark did so well to take Croatia to spot kicks but fell just short of the mark from 12 yards. That said, there's a lot for manager Tighe to be proud of. His defense were stingy, finding star performers not just in Simon Kjaer but also championship right-back Henrik Dalsgaard. His midfield worked like Trojans, paving the path to qualification from a tough Group C. Kasper Schmeichel's performances ensure he'll be remembered as one of the best goalkeepers at this tournament, and the saved 3 penalties total against the Vatrani is a heroic effort. Matthew Ashton, AMA, Getty Image. Spain's elimination at the hands of Russia, and the performance that led to it, left many in a state of shock. How can a team packed with so much quality move the ball so slowly, without purpose, without any zip or intention? Why would one of the strongest sides left in the competition play in such a conservative fashion, with two defensive midfielders protecting two center-backs against one striker? There were hopes that Julen Lopetegui's departure as manager one day before the World Cup wouldn't affect things, that his ideas were in place and the coaches he left behind could take the reins, acting as he might. Those hopes fell flat. The ignominious nature of La Furia Roja's departure will not be forgotten quickly. Matthew Ashton, AMA, Getty ImagesAnd. The lack of a consistent goal-scoring threat from a striker places a natural glass ceiling on what Switzerland can achieve at finals. Once the midfield stops scoring or the set pieces don't find their marks, the goals dry up. Picking between Haris Seferovic, Josip Drmic and Mario Gavranovic to play up front can't be a choice manager Vladimir Petkovic enjoys, and he appears to spin the wheel fairly often, trying each of them at different points to see what sticks. The absence of quality means that, despite strong defensive play from the likes of Manuel Akanji, Jan Sommer, Ricardo Rodriguez and Valone Barami against Sweden, it only took a goal to unravel them. Ernst Griffiths, Getty Images. Colombia have fought through setback after setback this World Cup, from having a player red-carded in the 3rd minute of their opener to losing James Rodriguez sporadically to injury. That they made it to the round of 16, amid chaos, is impressive. They adopted a physical approach against England in Rodriguez's absence due to a calf injury, grinding the game into their favor gradually over the course of 90 minutes, and Yerry Mina's header in the 93rd minute was a deserved equalizer. They then had the better of extra time, but couldn't convert, making their 3-4 exit on penalties even tougher to stomach for the fabulous gathered support. Saeed Khan, Getty Images. Mexico thrilled us and produced the first big shock of the 2018 World Cup by beating Germany 1-0 in Group F. They didn't achieve what they went to Russia to do, in part reach the fabled 5th game, quarterfinal, but they at least put on a fantastic show. Manager Juan Carlos Osorio matched Brazil's 4-3-3 formation with one of his own in the round of 16, and that was a big gamble. Usually, when that happens, the team with the superior individuals emerge victorious, and it's easy to see the Selecao boast those. El Tri's fast start set back Brazil a little, but the stemming of the tide was only temporary. Guillermo Ochoa kept Mexico in the tie through the 50th minute, but Brazil eventually broke the resistance. Giuseppe Kakis, Getty Images. Sweden have achieved back-to-back victories at a World Cup for the first time since 1958. They did so by beating Mexico 3-0 in their 3rd game to top Group F and then defeating Switzerland 1-0 in the round of 16. They're not a team that will wow you, as they lack elite striking talent and lean on graft and defensive work, but they are difficult to overcome. If England are looking forward to playing them in the quarterfinals, they need a reality check. Yuri Cortez, Getty Images. It wasn't pretty, not by a long shot, but it got the job done. Russia caused the shock of the knockout so far by holding Spain level with them and forcing penalties. Then they dispatched them from 12 yards in clinical fashion. Manager Stanislav Cherchesov reverted to the 5-man defensive system the team used ahead of the finals and sat his side incredibly deep. It shouldn't have worked, but the fact that Spain were so sluggish meant penetrative attacks were few and far between. As admirable as the defensive effort was, it's tough to say how well Russia will hold up against teams who aren't so inexplicably negative with the ball. Croatia will shed some light on it in the quarterfinals on Saturday. Matthias Hengst, Getty Images. England progressed to the quarterfinals by winning their first World Cup penalty shootout. Eric Dyer smashed home the winning spot kick to finish off a grueling match with Colombia that stole every last breath from the players. The Three Lions were fortunate to come up against Los Cafeteros' Sans Rodriguez but fell foul of the opponent's other star goal scorer, Mina, the centre-back, not Radamel Falcao. To have to win in such circumstances builds a layer of character an England side have lacked for more than 2 decades. you'd back them to reach the semi-finals from here. Martin Bernetti, Getty Images. Expectations have shifted quickly for Croatia. 2 weeks ago, they were the talented underdogs, capable of upsetting Argentina, and then who knew from there? Now they're expected to reach the World Cup final, their path through the bracket seemingly as soft as you could expect. Perhaps this is weighing on their shoulders, as the Vatreni side we saw squeeze past Denmark on penalties wasn't much like the team that collected 9 points in Group D. Or perhaps we expect too much because of their red-hot start. An underwhelming performance in the round of 16 sees them lose the top spot in the rankings, but they've won all 4 of their games and are the strongest side in their half of the bracket. They don't drop far. Images, Getty Images. Scholar character building. This Belgium side have long been accused of being a bunch of individuals rather than a true team, but they're doing their utmost to prove that long-standing narrative false. Staring in the face of shock elimination to Japan, down 2-0 after 52 minutes on Monday, they rallied. Martinez made some smart substitutions, and they dug out a victory from the deepest, darkest hole. The first 2 goals weren't pretty, netting headers from Jan Vertonghen and Marouane Fellaini, but at least proved Belgium have a viable, effective plan B. The third goal was a thing of beauty, a sweeping, precise counterattack you could watch over and over. Odd Anderson, Getty Images. On Saturday, Uruguay put in a stunning performance to knock out European champions Portugal. They combined grit, determination and togetherness with a sprinkling of elite quality, the perfect mixture for any high-stakes game. Edinson Cavani and Luis Suarez were destructive on the counterattack. Meanwhile, the defense predictably held firm, and the midfield put out fires all over. They forced Portugal wide and into crossing positions, knowing they'd outlast them over 90 minutes. Heading into the quarter-finals on Friday, France will be clear on how this team are going to set up. The question, though, is how to break them down. It's the sort of game Les Blues might struggle with, but with Cavani's injury situation looking dire, per Chris Winterburn of Marca, Uruguay likely won't offer the same counter-attacking threat to accompany their stout defensive play. That hurts their chances in the quarter-finals and gives France a slim edge. Emmanuel Dunnan, Getty Images. Brazil's detractors are running out of ammunition. The Seleção's strong performance against Mexico in the round of 16 affirmed their status as one of the competition's real deals, with their early struggles against Switzerland in their opening Group E game now a distant memory. With Neymar getting better and better with each contest, plus his opposite winger, Willian, now finally stepping up to the plate, they look difficult to keep at bay. The defense is mirroring that excellent forward play, with Thiago Silva excelling in a line that's kept 3 straight clean sheets. They're understandably favorites against Belgium in the quarter-finals on Friday, and if their performance trajectory continues, they'll take some stopping. Frank Fife, Getty Images. The nature of the scoreline against Argentina may have made the game seem close, but in truth, France steamrolled Les Albicelestes on Saturday in the round of 16 with some stunning attacking play. It's about time we saw some of that. Kylian Mbappé, 19, came of age, so to speak, delivering an incredible performance packed with precision, speed and a killer's instinct, while Antoine Griezmann and his midfield 3 took control in the center. France conceded 3 goals, but that shouldn't concern manager Didier Deschamps too much. Sometimes the only thing you can do about long-range screamers or fortuitous flicks is treat them as the outliers they are. It was a showing that restored faith in Les Blues, as they finally hauled themselves out of first gear, rising to the occasion as required. Uruguay will be a difficult task in the quarter-finals. They won't give in France the space Argentina awarded, but with Cavani an injury concern, Deschamps men should be considered favorites.